Brendan is leaving this Austin abode. He's leaving. He's leaving. He's leaving. He's leaving. What else is going on here? He leaving Texas already. Probably can't afford the property taxes and needs to downscale. Either that or no one in the neighborhood likes him. He's leaving. Yeah, 60k in property taxes. Wow, that's more than Chin's whole salary. Property taxes were between 88k and 2.23 on that place. That's no joke. Yeah, Jesus Christ. What? How do they see the property taxes? Where do they see that? 88k. Where do they see this? Property indirect taxes. Where the fuck do they see that? Taxes. Jesus. It says it right there. I missed it. Fucking hell. It says it right there. Estimated annual taxes 67 grand. That's a good point. That's probably more than what Chin gets paid. That's probably more than what Chin gets paid. They spend on taxes. God almighty. God almighty, bro. HOA fees 367. Fucking hell. Owning a home in America is no fucking joke. Which state has the lowest property? Listen, what's that? Which state has the lowest what's that? Property taxes? Let's see. Let's find out here. Big up Gemini. Let's see. Which state has lowest property taxes? Let's see what Gemini says. If you're looking for lowest property tax 2026, the answer depends on whether you care about the percentage rate, sticker price, and actual dollar amount. Lowest effective rate is Hawaii at 0.27%, but you also can't get homes there easily, can you? The catch, while the rate is tiny, Hawaii is some of the most expensive real estate in the country, and you might only pay 0.7, but on a 850 medium price home, that's about $2,000 a year. The lowest out-of-pocket bill is Alabama and West Virginia. Does anybody in the stream chat live in Alabama or West Virginia? Is that a nice area? What are you guys telling me in the stream chat? Is Alabama or West Virginia a nice area? If you want smallest possible check to write every year, these states are the winners. Alabama with an effective rate of 0.38%. Many homeowners pay less than $1,100 per year. Brilliant. That's more reasonable. West Virginia, while this rate is higher than Alabama's, 0.52, its home prices are among the lowest in the nation. Tax bill is $900 per year. What's West Virginia like? What's West Virginia like? Let's find out. I want to find out what's it like living in West Virginia. Let's see on Reddit. What they say on Reddit here. What's it like living in West Virginia? All depends on where. If you're looking to avoid suburban sprawl, avoid the eastern panhandle. It's being developed like crazy. Like everywhere, there's good and bad. The politics, of course, are something to complain about, but I'll focus more on the good. This is one of the last places in the US where you can get a beautiful tract of land and big house without being mega rich. The COL is very low, and just having a homeowner is much more attainable. If you like nature, West Virginia is your jam. It's truly a beautiful state with lots of natural state parks and trails and skiing. Depending on where you live, it's a beautiful and peaceful outside a few population centers. The people are for the most part very friendly with a weird mix of north and south, but southern hospitality is a thing here. Of course, again, depends on where you are. Location, wherever you are in West Virginia, you're about a day's drive from just about every major city or destination. They're fantastic for impromptu long weekend trips. The bad, there's not so much to do here if you're used to the city. We have restaurants and stuff, but you won't get nearly the variety. West Virginia is poor. That means a lot of roads are very bad. You'll see abandoned, or definitely should be abandoned, houses and trails as you drive along the country. The infrastructure in general is very hard to build on, maintain. The state has been on a broadband kick and has made great improvements with that. Broadband, you know, shit, Wi-Fi is not good in West Virginia. The Wi-Fi is not good over there. The people, including this, is good and bad. Although we're hospitable, many areas of West Virginia have very hard time trusting outsiders because of the history of the state. Even though you can get around longer distances pretty well with the interstate rail highway system, it can take a while to get anywhere within the state itself. Okay, so West Virginia is not the greatest place to live in, yeah? I don't know. Let's do visiting West Virginia. West Virginia do's and don'ts. I just want to see it. I just want to get kind of an idea of the vibe. Test best things to do in West Virginia. Coolest small town. What's that? Lewisburg, West Virginia. Let's check this out.
Lewisburg, West Virginia. It's been voted the coolest small town in the United States. And for good...
I might move here. This is where I might move. If I ever go to America, if I ever move in America, I think I might move here. This is where I'm going to go live. I bet, where'd you live? I live in Lewisburg, West Virginia. That'd be good to see. I live in Lewisburg. Big up Chris Mack. Chris Mack saying it ain't good, bro. Trust me. We don't have good broadband, but we have good pie.
Reason. It possesses all the amenities of a thriving community with broad appeal.
Yeah, imagine me in my bonnet. Imagine me in this outfit. Big up Chris Mack. Imagine me in this outfit in West Virginia, in Lewisburg, West Virginia. Imagine me in this outfit in Lewisburg, West Virginia.
To outside tourism. Take a walk down the street and you'll find several coffee shops and cafes, as well as a variety of restaurants to suit whatever your taste might be.
I want to go there, man. You know what I'd love to do? I want to do what Dave Chappelle does. I want to get rich enough to live in this really random town in America, random state, and then just open the coolest nightclub there, That's what I want to do. You know how Dave Chappelle lives in is it Ohio or wherever he lives, right? And he made a comedy club there. That's what I want to do. I want to go live in a random town somewhere, a random state in a random town, and then just open the best club, like a really small 500 capacity club with the best sound system, and just book some of the best DJs to come play there. It's like a random place where people are gonna, it'll be so fucking cool. It'll bleed money though. It'll bleed fucking money. But it'll be so fucking cool to just have one of the best clubs in the world randomly located in Lewisburg, West Virginia.
You also find that
I'd die a legend, by the way. I would die a legend. All the kids in that area would fucking love me. I would die a legend for what I would bring to that town. I would die a legend. But oh my God, you remember that weird black guy that built a sick club here?
boutique lodging is popular here. And you won't have to walk far to find a watering hole. Choose from tasting rooms to beer gardens to wet your whistle on a hot summer's day.
Beer gardens, oh, breweries, oh, please, I need some of this.
Lewisburg is the county seat of Greenbrier County. Its proximity to the Greenbrier River and the ancient Allegheny Mountains, along with the high mountain valleys here, make it ideal for all sorts of outdoor recreation, from golf to underground cavern exploration. And at one point, a bunch of politicians liked the area so much they hid their secret underground headquarters just a few miles from here. You know, the Greenbrier Resort.
Wow.
Heck, Lewisburg hosts the West Virginia.
Come on, man, this is like a fun town. People in the stream chat are from America. They just look good. This looks fucking great. I'd move to Lewisburg, West Virginia.
Virginia State Fair each year, for crying out loud. About a mile outside of town. It's a place people want to be. This is Lewisburg. But I want to show you some things here that you might otherwise miss or pass right by and not even know they were there.
Big up Joffrey, mate. You don't understand this. This is bad. Big up Johnny Sneed. They'll definitely hunt you and make you into oxtail soup called Zinger. This looks cool, man. I'd live here. You know what this reminds me of? What's that TV series with Ethan Hawke? What's that show with Ethan Hawke? Have you guys watched it? Is it Ethan Hawke? He's in the show. I watched it the other day. It's about a writer. He writes like in a magazine. He writes like in a magazine. TV shows. What is it? Is it The Lowdown? That's the one. The Lowdown. The Lowdown. That's the one. The Lowdown. Have you guys watched The Lowdown? It reminds me of the town that's in The Lowdown, whether it's set in here. It reminds me of that town in The Lowdown. Have you guys watched this series? It's really good with Ethan Hawke. He plays this magazine writer who's trying to get to the bottom of this of a murder that happened to some affluent guy in the town that he lives in. It's really fucking cool. I recommend you check it out. Ethan Hawke is in this. It's really good. It's like a little mini series. But yeah, it reminds you of the same town in this.
This is the county courthouse, but what I find fascinating is just down the hill behind it. the original spring that was established by Andrew Lewis when he was a young land surveyor in the 1750s. It's been known as the Lewis Spring ever since, but its memory's definitely fading. As I asked around trying
the Lewis Spring. I want to go to Lewis Spring and try some of the Lewis Spring water. That'd be nice. Try some of Lewis's fucking jizz.
to find it, even several locals couldn't tell me what it was or where to look. And here it is, still flowing nearly 300 years later.
Delicious.
20 or so years after the Lewis Spring was established, at this very spot Fort Union was built. From here, colonial frontiersmen rendezvoused and formed an army of over 1,000 men under the command of the same Andrew Lewis.
Colonial men. Colonial men. Why does that make me kind of shake? Why am I shaking when I hear that? Colonial men. Are they friends of black people or not? Colonial men. Why am I suddenly hearing, hey boy? Why am I suddenly hearing hey boy? Colonial men.
Who had jumped rank to general. They would eventually march nearly 200 miles through untold wilderness to the mouth of the Kanawha River to meet the mighty Shawnee tribe in the Battle of Point Pleasant. That fateful bloody day ended with the Shawnee and their chief named Hokalesqua, or as the history books call him, Cornstalk, defeated.
Damn. They defeated Cornstalk. They defeated my nigga Cornstalk, man. Fuck. They defeated Cornstalk. So you're trying to tell me Lewisburg is built on the bodies of like native people, essentially. You're trying to tell me the water that runs through the lakes of Lewisburg is maybe filled with blood of native people. Is that what you're trying to tell me? You're trying to tell me there's loads of unmarked graves underneath the foundations of the buildings in Lewisburg. I wonder if they'll welcome me.
Chief Hokalesqua was later murdered while imprisoned. Face it, history has some pretty dark moments, and if you thought I was done telling my story about it, well, you'd be wrong. Even though Lewisburg would be formally established in 1782 and Native American rebellions, as they were called, and raids were successfully put down, it wasn't long before we'd be fighting amongst ourselves.
Civil War. The Civil War, the Greenbrier area was predominantly southern in its sympathies and furnished some 3,000 men for the army of the Confederacy. It was occupied repeatedly by one or the other of the opposing armies throughout the war. One or the other. Who's the other? One or the other.
The building you just saw was once the Virginia Supreme Court of Appeals, and during the war between the states, it was turned into a makeshift hospital. I've read soldier graffiti can be seen on the walls inside.
To be fair, when I set up my club, it actually is going to bang harder. Imagine the story. Imagine the fucking story of a club that opens up in Lewisburg with all the history. With all of that fucking history. It would actually add to the lore. You know, a club that unites people from all colors and creeds and races and religions and socioeconomic levels under the fucking temple of techno. That'd actually be quite cool, you know, in a weird way. Once the place was segregated, now it's a fucking bastion of open doors. It's a home. It's the home of acceptance, you know? Wherever you are, wherever you'll be, as long as you're with the beats, you're here, you know? That'd actually be a good idea for a club today. I'm not gonna lie.
But unfortunately it was closed when I was there. I caught sight of another small stone marker that made mention of the John Wesley Methodist Church and how it had taken artillery fire, so I went to see for myself. Once I arrived, not only did I get to see the spot on the wall, but a very kind lady invited me inside the church to see the actual cannonball itself.
Excuse me? What does that say? What does that say? Site of slaves staircase. I can't wait to move to Lewisburg, West Virginia and open my club. I cannot wait to open my first nightclub in Lewisburg, West Virginia. It's going to be, I'll make the news. I'm definitely going to make the news because I might call the club I might call the clubs the staircase, actually. I might call it the staircase. I might call my club the staircase, you know? The staircase. Taking inspiration from this sign. Sight of slave staircase. God damn. Look, black churches.
My name's Wanda Coleman.
Yeah, big up Wanda. Look, see, I'll be welcome, man. There's black people there. I'll be welcome there. There's look at Auntie. Look at Auntie. Look at Auntie Wanda. I'll be welcome there with open arms.
Now, I'm a member here at John Wesley. Have been here all my life. I'm just showing a little bit of the inside, and upstairs is where the slaves sat, and whites sat at the bottom. And we have
damn. They even segregated you in church. They even used to segregate you in church, you know. You'd think church would be the one place where you'd all sit together under the roof, so, you know, worshipping your God. They even segregated you in church. Slaves up top, white people down below. Fucking hell.
Cannonball in our possession. And so we're on Historical Society. We love this church, and everyone's welcome.
We love this racist church. Even y'all crackers are welcome. Niggers and crackers all in one church.
After leaving
Confederate cemetery on the hill 400 yards west, in a common grave shaped like a cross, lie unclaimed bodies of 95 Confederate soldiers. Casualties of the area include those of the Battle of the Drop Mountain and the Battle of Lewisburg. I wonder if those unclaimed bodies are of darker skin tones. I wonder if those unclaimed bodies are, you know. Jesus Christ, this place is real, man. This is a real American place. Fucking hell.
in the church, I continue to explore, following old signs and stone markers to my next stop.
Or maybe I would call the club. I would either call the club the Staircase, or I'd call the club the Confederate. You know, that would be what I'd call it: the Staircase or the Confederate.
What I found,
or maybe name it after one of those Native Americans that unfortunately passed away, that got killed. You know, maybe name it after one of those guys.
Was a mass grave, the final resting place of nearly 100 dead, men and boys who fought for the CSA, unclaimed after their deaths at the Battle of Lewisburg. Their bodies were exhumed from the Lewisburg.
Big up Black American, I've just seen your tweet. Big up Black American, I've just seen your comment. Big up fucking Black American. You'd have a special part in the Civil War reenactments, AZ, like a Hollywood star. I'd have a starring role in it. I'd have a starring role, but all for the wrong reasons. I'd have a starring role, but all for the wrong reasons. Oh my fucking god. That is so fucking crazy. They love you in the fucking reenactments, mate. Oh my god.
Cemetery and moved to this mass common grave once no one claimed them. The mass grave is 80 feet in length and 40 feet in width, and is in the shape of a cross. Even though the Union won the battle, Lewisburg was sympathetic to the South and would remain a Southern outpost for the rest of the war. I'm of the opinion the lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others. Instead of trying to destroy and erase our history, which is only a disservice to the living, I think we should try to learn from it.
Sorry, Rex, all the slaves. No, what's that? The slave masters, I guess, isn't it? So I guess this is in defense of statues depicting slave masters and shit. I don't know. I acquiesce to the people that live there. Whoever lives there should be the one deciding whether or not they're comfortable having to see statues of, you know, slave masters and whatever else it may be. I think the local people should decide. It should be a case by case thing. Local people should decide. I get both sides. I get the side of like, hey, leave these monuments up so we can remember how far we've come. We can not repeat the mistakes of the past, so we can tell our kids and our grandkids about what happened and blah 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 blah. But I also understand people being like, hey, these monuments are like, they're kind of like a celebration in a way, so you don't want to celebrate that sort of thing. You don't want to be reminded of it, so you knock them down. But I think the local people should decide. No, not people on the internet. You know what I mean? People on social media shouldn't decide what local states or whatever do with their monuments and statues and shit. If the people are comfortable with it and they don't mind it, leave it up. If the people hate it, of course, tear it down. But I don't really give up. You know what I mean? It's not really nothing that I should be involved in, to be fair.
Instead of trying to reduce complex circumstances and context to single-issue, thoughtless responses and sound bites, if we're honest and courageous enough to wrestle with all the complexities and not merely shout down or try to cancel people with different opinions than our own, perhaps, as naive as it may sound, perhaps we could build a better future. And instead of assigning opinions, if we were to ask them to be more kind and authentic in spirit like Wanda, if more of us were like that, the world could be a better place. Lewisburg is full of history, like the Greenbrier College for Women and one of only 4 remaining active Carnegie Halls in the world. There's definitely a vibe here. From the people to the eclectic assortment of shops and businesses.
Honestly, a nightclub here would bang. I know you guys don't see the vision, but if I opened a nightclub here, it would fucking bang. It's such a weird, kooky, steeped in history, complicated place. It would actually go hard. It would go so hard if there was a nightclub here. A nice little nightclub, crazy sound system, maybe max 500 capacity, 250, 500 capacity, you know, inside, great sound system, nice bar, like, oh, it'd go fucking crazy. It'd go so fucking crazy. And the youth of this town, who usually leave to go to other major cities to go and kind of, you know, chase their dreams of music or whatever, they would love to have a place where they can stay and just hang out, you know, and not have to leave. It would go so fucking hard. It would go so hard. But obviously I'd have to put up with a lot of the, you know, hey boys, I'd have to put up with a lot of the, you know, locals maybe not being too happy that I'm there. Number one, that I'm black, and number two, that I'm not from there. It wouldn't go down too well, I don't think.
To the many galleries as well as theaters you'll find across town. Whatever you're into, you'll probably find it here. Or perhaps you'll find something new.
Come on, Gamebred, man. Stop laughing, Gamebred. Gamebred, stop laughing. Invest with me, man. Invest. Let's go over to fucking West Virginia. Let's open up this fucking club and let's do a madness. You get me? Let's do a fucking madness. It'll be one of the craziest years or 2 years of our lives. You know what I mean? A great club, grand opening, grand closing. I mean, it'll be fucking amazing. It'll be such a good story to tell people in the future. You know, tell your kids, tell your grandkids. Oh, remember this one time I opened up this club in West Virginia? It'd be so cool. It'd be such a cool story to tell, man. Honestly, it'll be such a cool story to tell. Yeah, I opened this club in West Virginia, and then one year the Ku Klux Klan just fucking bricked it. They lit it on fire. So I had to run and leave.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Lewisburg is pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to go, man. I'm gonna have to visit. I'm gonna have to visit Lewisburg. Big up Lewisburg. Big up Blood Clot Lewisburg.